This is the Elementary Kids Church story for October 18th. It's called In the Garden. Last time we heard the story of how God created the world, how the world is something that God made on purpose, with care for everything in it, from the sun to the smallest creeping animal. At every stage, God looked at what God had made and said it was good. And then, at the end of all that creation, God made human beings, and they were special. Unlike all the other living things, humans were made to be like God, whatever that means. And God looked at them and saw that they were very good. But then the Bible has another story of creation. It starts with a dry, dusty world where plants didn't grow because there was no rain or no people to plant them. There, God took some of the dry, dusty dirt and shaped it into a man. And God breathed into the man's nose, and the man came to life. Then God made a place for the man to live in. It's called a garden in the story, but it was more than a garden. I imagine it more like a jungle with wild plants and fruit trees and beautiful flowers growing everywhere. The temperature was perfect. The man had animals to keep him company, and he could just reach out to pick any fruit or vegetable any time he wanted. Well, almost any fruit. God told the man that he could have any of the fruit in the garden except the fruit from the tree in the middle of the garden, the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. That one wasn't for humans. All the rest were fine. But even in the midst of so much bounty and beauty, the man wasn't totally happy. The animals weren't enough to keep him company. He needed a partner. So God made a woman to join him in the garden. The man and the woman spent lots of time together, talking and walking, or just sitting quietly and enjoying each other's company. They also got to spend time with God. From time to time, God would stop by the garden to check up with them. I wonder if God enjoyed hearing what they had to say about the world that God had made. But then something happened. Remember the one tree whose fruit the man and the woman weren't supposed to eat? God had told them that if they ate it, they would surely die. Well, they knew that, but they must have wondered what the problem was. Those fruits looked delicious. So, when a snake told them that actually eating the fruit wouldn't kill them, but would instead make them even more like God, able to know good and evil, they couldn't resist having a taste. As soon as they bit into the fruit, they realized that they were naked and they were ashamed, and they hid from God. God found them. When God asked them why they were hiding, they said that they were ashamed. God said, "Did you eat from that tree that I told you not to eat from?" And then the whole story came out. Then God told them that because they had eaten that fruit, they would have to leave the garden. Instead of just picking whatever they wanted to eat, they'd have to plow and sow seeds and pull weeds and finally harvest a crop. They'd work hard all their lives, and then they would die. "You were made from dirt," God told them, "and when you die, you'll turn into dirt again." Then, because it was cold where they were going, God made clothes out of animal skins for the woman and the man, and sent them out of the garden. And God set an angel with a flaming sword to guard the way, so they couldn't get back in. And that is our story for today. I wonder, what's your favorite part of that story? Or a part that you thought was interesting? I wonder what your favorite fruit is. Have you ever seen it growing? I wonder what it means to be like God. How are people different from the other animals? And I wonder if God knew that the man and the woman were going to eat the fruit that he told them not to eat.